Hi, welcome back. I was rather absent last week. If you don't follow me on Instagram, you probably don't know the reason for that. If you do, then you have seen my post about not only Nashville, but the current city that I live in being hit with severe tornadoes at the early or beginning days of last week. So a lot of people think I live in Nashville, and truthfully, Will and I have been semi living in Nashville part time for the past 2 years because he's finishing up his MP degree there. But we actually live in a city called Cookeville, which is about an hour and a half outside of Nashville. And both cities were hit severely. So many people lost their lives, lost their homes. And out of the 25 confirmed deaths that they've had so far, 18 of those were in my city, Cookeville. So it's been very hard for me I refrained from posting on social media for as long as I could last week. And it's very hard for me to even get on here and film now. It just feels weird, but out of respect for my community last week, I just wanted to kind of volunteer any way that I could and stay silent on social media. So I want to extend the opportunity to especially help families who were affected in my area. So many children lost their lives, and not just children, every type of family member you can think of: husbands, daughters, sons, brothers, mothers. Every single person was affected in this tragedy. So I wanted to leave some links to some relief efforts, especially for families affected, down below if you felt inclined or encouraged to donate. I mean, obviously it's going to mean the world to not only me, but the people in my community. So really, just for today's video, I just wanted to do something very laid back. I'm just going to do a nice fresh spring makeup, and I just wanted to do something that's going to help me get back into the swing of things. I've got my dogs. I'm in my bed right now. This is my bedroom, and I have my dogs beside me. They're passed out. And I just wanted to do something that is going to be very easy and, nothing stressful. So I know a lot of you all have asked me to talk about these guys. They're the Glossier Skywashes, the new cream, like velvety eyeshadows. I've already used one of these, and I'm going to use a different color today just to get a vibe so I can kind of compare and contrast. Don't really have a full opinion on them yet, but just to give you a little like a little teaser on what we're going to be playing with today. So to prep my skin, I am going to be using the Tatcha water cream. This is supposed to be a pore refining face moisturizer. I've really been intrigued by Tatcha products lately, and this just seems like the perfect moisturizer to prep the skin with. I love the smell. It smells like springtime. Kind of smells like freshly cut grass. Since we are about to get into the spring months, I thought I would pull out my Glossier Skin Tint. I really only wear this in the spring and summer months just because it is such a sheer product. But when I do wear it, like I wear this guy out, I will probably have this out a lot, especially in the summertime. It just, I don't know, it just gives you that. If you hear grunting in the background, that's my bulldog. Apparently I'm being too loud for her, and don't look at me that way. It's just kind of like that perfect summer day tint. It doesn't offer a lot of coverage, but I know people get so tore up about this product not having coverage, but truthfully, it's called skin tint. So I don't know what people expect, but especially if you have freckles and they really like to pop in the summertime, this is something that I think looks really lovely because it doesn't give you that ashy kind of film over the skin or ashy type of look over the freckles. It really just kind of enhances, gives your skin a little bit of color, and makes you look extra dewy. I've rediscovered my Charlotte Tilbury Retoucher concealer, and I knew I always loved this, but it's kind of just been on the back burner in my concealer stock, and I pulled it out the other day and used it in a little Instagram video, and I was just like, wow, This is a gem. So I'm going to be using this as my concealer today. It has a nice light coverage to it, and I'm using the shade number 2 Fair. I just like to apply this concealer with my finger. I think it blends in best that way. If you have mature skin, I just feel Charlotte Tilbury concealers are lovely for not only all skin types, but especially mature skin. I don't know what it is about them, but they just sit so lovely on the face. I'm going to add a little bit to my forehead. I've been having breakouts on my forehead. I do not understand what this is about. Other than, and I do think I can confirm this, anytime I get bangs, also my hair is growing longer, so it's in my face more. I really think that that affects my skin. And I actually had a subscriber comment and say, you know, like the natural oils from your hair, if they touch your face a lot, then obviously it could lead to more breakouts because the oil from your hair is obviously getting on your face. So that leads me to the dilemma of if I should just chop my hair back off really short, the really short lob that I've had for 2-3 years, which is my favorite haircut on me. The only reason I've been growing my hair out and doing something different with the bangs, I just wanted to try something different. And you know what? It's harder. It is not as practical as just having the short kind of shaggy bob where it holds curl for me for 3-4 days. I don't have to mess with it. This haircut that I have right now with the bangs, and they're grown out right now, so it's a little bit easier to deal with. Definitely more finicky, but I'm torn because I just keep thinking, like, if I keep growing my hair out, I'll finally have that kind of look that I'm going for. And then a part of me is just like, I don't want to deal with it. Like, I hate doing hair. Why am I doing this to myself? You know what I haven't used in a hot minute, and I miss it? The good old Milk Makeup Matte Bronzer Stick. I have not been using this for some reason. I've been using like a lot of my drugstore options. And then actually the Nude Sticks one, I've been just pulling it out lately. So I am going to revisit the old favorite here. I don't even have a mirror. Alright, I'm overly dewy, so I'm going to set with a little bit of the Bite Changemaker powder. This is just the pressed powder. I realized I haven't used the new Bite foundation in an actual video the other day. I've used it plenty of times on my Instagram in Instagram tutorials. I like it. I really don't have any complaints with it. I haven't had any complaints with it yet, but I want to do a clean at Sephora video, and I feel like I want to use that foundation in it. So it's a goal of mine to get that video up within like the next 30 days. So keep asking for it. Just harassment. It always works with me. For blush, I wanted a nice bronzy combo, so I'm actually going to use my Daniel Sandler Watercolor in Golden Glow. This I sometimes use as a bronzer by itself. It has just the slightest hint of a red or like terracotta undertone to it, so it can really come off nicely as either or a blush or a bronzer, but I'm mainly going to use it today as my blush. So I just have a little bit on the back of my hand. I'm going to take Smashbox blush brush and just really lightly stipple this in. So for my brows recently, I have been back on a powder kick, and I have my tried and true Sephora Brow Kit. This is just the most basic thing you could ever find for your eyebrows. I just use a little bit of the wax to brush my brows up, and then I just mix both shades to fill in my eyebrows. And I mean, this is not surprising to me. I'm truthfully rarely ever loyal to any brow product for over, I don't know, probably I give it about 3-4 months, and then I'm like just switching back and forth. But it does seem like I gravitate more towards the powders in the summertime than I do in the wintertime. And then for some reason I'll go to a pencil or whatever in the winter. Okay, let's get into These guys right here, the Glossier Skywash. Like I said, I've only used one. I've used Echo, which is the brown one. And if you want to see this in action, I posted a video on my Instagram. It's whatever my latest Instagram video tutorial is. I think I named it like Sienna Tones. I use this in it and I've worn this a few times. This particular one is definitely more liquidy and dewy than what I had expected when I saw the ads and the promos for this product. It really looked like it went on like a souffle type formula. The Echo shade is very liquidy and I'm going to open up, I think I'm going to use Pebble today, which is a pebble tone. I love shades that are this color. But when I open the others, they still kind of, yeah, they still have definitely more of a liquidy consistency to them as opposed to that souffle style texture. Now, this Pebble shade actually looks a little bit more thick than what the Echo one did. So we'll see. I'm just going to use this on my eyelids. Probably is just like my all over lid color today. This is definitely a sheer color. If you are any darker than my skin tone, I would probably say that this is going to come off as more of a pastel shade. It's actually very pretty up close in person. I don't think it's translating on camera very well. It is very, very, very sheer and light toned. So this particular shade seems to be turning out a little bit more velvety than what the Echo one was. The Echo shade was definitely just a tad bit on the patchy side, which I kind of expected just with the formula that this is. Somehow it still ended up looking really nice on me, and I don't know if it's because I like that undone style of look, but this particular color Pebble, it does seem to be finishing down to more of like that dry powdery appearance that is kind of described especially in the ads. So since this is very sheer, in person, I like the way it looks in person. It's actually very, very soft and pretty, but I can tell it's not translating on camera that way. So I want to just take a little bit of the Echo Skywash. And just immediately, like right off the bat, this brown formula is way more liquidy than that Pebble shade is. But what I'm going to do is just add a couple dots near my lash line and just kind of intensify there with my finger. I will say that if I had my caviar stick here with me right now, I could easily dupe both of these colors with Au Naturel and Cocoa, and I would probably be done with this eye look. But I do realize that, especially the way I'm applying the brown right now, really not the way that I think these are intended to be applied, but I just want to get a little bit more depth. And they are blending really nicely with the finger. So if you're not a big brush person, could be something you might be interested in. Okay, truthfully, I could have done this exact same look in probably less than 2 minutes if I had my caviar sticks. I don't really love how this eye look is turning out, mainly because once these have dried down, you can't really manipulate them further, and I don't know. I think if you were to use something like this blue one for one wash of color all over the lid, these would be perfectly fine. But to do a couple shades just like I've done here, I'm not loving the way it turned out. So I'd say I'm probably going to play around with this blue one in like an Instagram look, like a specialty style look. Otherwise, I don't know. I'm not seeing myself reaching for these over something like my caviar sticks. I'm going to mix both of those shades and just take my MAC 217 and kind of sweep a little bit on my lower lash line. Just going to pop on a little bit of mascara. I've just really been into clear lips recently, so I'm going to use my NYX Lip Pencil in beige and then just finish off with my Glossier clear lip gloss. This is one of the most, I don't know, lip transforming lip products I've ever used. It's just a clear gloss, but it just instantly plumps and gives the just most gorgeous effect to the lips. So I'm just going to line a little bit with my pencil, and then we'll finish off with the gloss. All right, so we are finished up here. I didn't film this, but I actually took a little bit of Pebble and ran that across my lid one more time just to smooth out the brown. The brown was looking a little patchy on me, and overall it looks fine. I just feel like I can get a much quicker and efficient same type of look with my caviar sticks. So I hope this was a bit inspirational for some spring makeup. I also I love how someone commented on my last video and they said, I just love how you never fix your hair in videos. And you know what? I felt that. I love that too. I mean, who am I trying to impress? My bulldog's jumping off the bed right now. I mean, who am I trying to impress, truly? As soon as I get done with this, I'm going to edit, and then I go to the gym. So the hair is just going to be a disaster after that anyways. But I hope you guys enjoyed. Like I said, I'm going to have links down below for all relief efforts in my city, as well as Nashville. And thank you to everyone who checked in on me, who checked in on my family. We are all fine. Very lucky. But thank you guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.